So we're here with another episode of Subway Station Stories with Luke Degrossi.
What's up, guys?
Luke has the handle @realestate. I don't know how you got it, but I'm gonna ask you that question. And we're gonna have him tell us his New York City station. We're here at the Bergen station on Smith and Bergen in Cobble Hill. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So Mike kind of touched on it. My name's Luke Degrossi. I work in real estate. I'm on the digital marketing side. Me and my partners, we own Real Estate. We create content for a number of real estate professionals in the industry, developers, brokers. My Subway story is an interesting one. You know, I get lost fairly often. I grew up in Italy and I moved to New York from New Jersey probably like 9 months ago, but I still don't fail to get lost probably 2 or 3 times a week.
So I've seen your Instagram stories where you'll end up like 8 neighborhoods away from where you're ultimately intended.
On average,
So what is it like when you get on the subway? Do you just like go for it and like fuck it?
Yeah. Well, see, the problem, Mike, is I'm overly confident. So like when I sit down on the wrong train, I don't just sit down. Like I sit down and I take my phone out, I put my music on, I'll take a book out, because I'm just 100%. Like, I think I'm on the right train, and I'm not. I'm going in the opposite direction. So what happens is I put my head down, and then I look up, 30 minutes have passed, so I haven't just gone like 1 or 2 stops.
Right.
I'm like in a totally different borough.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about Real Estate.
Yeah.
I know this is a newer-ish venture for you, so tell me a little bit about it and what your plans are and where you've been and what's going on.
Sure, yeah, pretty new. So I've been in real estate for about 4 years. Most recently I was on the finance end. I was on the commercial real estate finance end, brokering debt and equity. And after about a year and some change there, I transitioned over onto the digital marketing side, where, like I said, with Real Estate for the last 4 months now, we've been creating content, creative content, web development, branding, whole 9 yards, all throughout New York, nationwide, and we're loving it. We're grateful.
So, I mean, I can obviously talk about these things, but tell me what you see as the biggest opportunities in real estate when it comes to social and content creation and so on and so forth.
I think it's a very competitive marketplace right now, and I think it's really important to stand out, and I think social media is probably one of the most opportune ways to do it. I think the market is still pretty ripe, and I think if you get on social and you're putting out creative content, I think it's extremely viable that you're eventually going to connect with clients, like-minded individuals, and you're going to build together.
So what made you make that jump from being on the finance side to running a media company or the equivalent of it?
Sure. So I had already kind of started leveraging my own account. That was kind of how me and you connected way back when. And I just noticed that there was a huge amount of value. And I noticed that I was connecting with so many people and we were getting business done. And I saw that there was value. And I wanted to bring that value to more people through Real Estate.
So had you had the Real Estate handle, or is this something that like you maybe can't totally talk about? Or?
Oh no, we can definitely talk about it. It's a great story actually. So my partner Tom, he was out to dinner with his sister, and this was 6 days after Instagram launched. He had no idea what Instagram was. His sister goes, "Hey, have you heard of Instagram?" He goes, "No idea." He worked in real estate. He's a developer here in New York. And so she says, "Oh, well, I just signed up with a couple accounts, New York City, baking, food." And he goes, "All right, well, I work in real estate, so I'll sign up as real estate." Signed up as real estate. His sister in New York City has like 1.6 million followers, and the rest is kind of history.
So where do you see, obviously, we're seeing technology disrupt a lot of other industries. How do you see that happening in real estate going forward?
I think we'll probably see over the next, maybe 3 to 4 years, maybe even a little closer, maybe 24 months. I think we'll see more digital brokerages emerging. I think more deals will be conducted maybe even directly from an iPhone with virtual reality and all of these other emerging technologies. I think there's going to be a lot more deal flow coming directly from social media.
So what are you most excited about?
I'm excited about being here in New York right now, man. It's August, it's been an incredible summer. We've gotten a lot of work done this summer, and I'm just excited to keep growing.
So 9 months you've been here in New York.
Yep.
How long were you in Jersey before?
So I was in Jersey for 19 years.
Okay, so you've been here for a long while.
Yes.
Although it's on the other side of the river.
Other side of the river, yeah.
Okay, so what is it that made you move to this side of the river after 19 years?
The energy. There's an energy here, man. There's an energy, and everybody's on that vibe. Even like I was away this last weekend, and I miss New York when I leave.
Mm-hmm.
I miss it, and as soon as I step foot back into New York, I just tap right back into that energy.
It's definitely incredible. It's kind of hard to always quantify,
Yes.
but it's something you can definitely feel.
100%.
So outside of real estate, you know, because I see your account. What are some other things that you're into?
I mean, as you can tell from my personal account, you know, I'm into a lot of the fitness stuff. I like to work out. I like to stay healthy. I like to get outside. You know, we're out here in Cobble Hill right now, beautiful neighborhood. I'll take the bike out, go for a ride around here, go up to Prospect Park. Just really, you know, get around the city as much as possible and just really take advantage of it.
So, what are some of your favorite New York City places?
I gotta say, I love Brooklyn, but I think my heart's really in Manhattan. I'm a big fan of the West Village, big fan of Union Square. I was just over there today, and I really love Manhattan.
Cool. So, other than getting lost on the subway,
Yep.
can you think back to a time that something went down and you were like, fuck, that's crazy?
So this wasn't so much as like a what the fuck moment as it was just like a crazy synchronicity. I mean, early morning subway, hadn't seen my friend in a long time and had been really trying to connect with him. I hop on a 9 a.m. subway. I was coming downtown. I was at Port Authority. And I sit down on the train, and this guy's got this big ass Wall Street Journal in front of him. He lowers the journal, and it's my buddy, who I hadn't seen in like, you know, months on end. We've been trying to connect. And it was funny, like I got to sit next to him, we got to catch up, and then he got off at his stop, we talked. But, you know, it's a big city, but it's really not that big of a city.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
So anything you want to leave us with about either real estate, about yourself before we wrap?
Yeah, I mean, just stay on the lookout. You know, we're creating content. We're excited to be here. Keep following us on @realestate and keep seeing what we're up to.
Cool. And are you targeting individual brokers, companies, everything? What, like, who would be your ideal client?
So ideally, I mean, we're fortunate. We've worked with a lot of awesome clients. I mean, in the last 3 or 4 months, you know, we've worked with Ryan Serhant, we've worked with JDS Development. We're about to shoot something with Excel, One Manhattan Square, which, you know, if you're driving over the bridge, you have the opportunity to see. One of my favorites. So right now, we just want to keep growing. We want to keep working with all the developers, all the brokers.
Cool. We're wishing you guys the best, and thanks for taking the time for us.
Thank you, brother.
Cool.
Appreciate it. Great seeing you.